The Whispering Shadows. It was a crisp autumn evening when Sarah moved into her new apartment. The old Victorian building had a certain charm, with its creaky wooden floors and intricate crown molding. She was excited to start fresh after a tough breakup. As night fell, she settled in with a good book and a cup of tea, but an unsettling feeling lingered in the back of her mind. Around midnight, just as she was about to drift off to sleep, Sarah heard a faint whisper. It was so soft, she thought she might be imagining it. She sat up and listened carefully. The whisper came again, slightly louder this time. Sarah. She froze. Who could possibly know her name? She lived alone and hadn't told many people about her new place. The whispers continued, growing louder and more insistent. Sarah, come here. Her heart pounded as she followed the sound to the hallway. The light was dim, casting eerie shadows that danced on the walls. The whispering led her to a small door she hadn't noticed before, hidden under the staircase. It looked ancient, with peeling paint and an old, rusty handle. Compelled by a mix of fear and curiosity, Sarah hesitated before opening the door. It creaked loudly, revealing a narrow staircase descending into darkness. The whispering grew louder, echoing from the depths below. Come closer, Sarah. She grabbed her phone and turned on the flashlight. The beam of light barely pierced the thick darkness. Step by step, she descended, the air growing colder and damper with each step. The whispers were now all around her, a cacophony of voices that seemed to come from the very walls. At the bottom of the stairs, she found herself in a small, dimly lit room. In the center stood a mirror, tall and ornate, with an elaborate gold frame. The whispers stopped abruptly, and the silence was deafening. She approached the mirror, her reflection staring back at her. Suddenly, her reflection began to move on its own, smiling a sinister smile that didn't match her terrified expression. The reflection raised a hand and beckoned her closer. Paralyzed with fear, Sarah couldn't look away. The reflection's eyes turned pitch black, and it began to speak. You found me, Sarah. Now you're mine. Before she could react, a cold, invisible force pulled her towards the mirror. She tried to scream, but no sound came out. Her reflection laughed, a chilling sound that echoed in the small room. With a final, desperate effort, she broke free and ran up the stairs, not daring to look back. She slammed the door shut behind her and pushed a heavy piece of furniture in front of it. The whispers stopped, replaced by an eerie silence. Shaking and out of breath, Sarah knew she couldn't stay another night in that apartment. The next morning, she moved out, never to return. To this day, she still wonders what would have happened if she had stayed a moment longer in front of that cursed mirror. Some nights, when the wind howls and the shadows grow long, she hears faint whispers, reminding her of the terror she escaped.